everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. This is episode 8. Last time, we travelled to Sundermount to meet with the Dalish because we had a deal to honour with Flemeth, delivering her amulet to this holy site with the Keeper, and we called it in the first episode of this game. It was a Horcrux. And Flemeth's back, baby. And then she looked fabulous and left. And now we're going to head back to the camp. I don't think there's a fast travel option, so we're just got to take the long way back to the camp, and then we'll be on our way, I suppose. We got to. I think the quest. We got to return the amulet. Yeah, return the amulet, and then we'll be on our way. And I think Merrill, not Merrin, getting my games mixed up. Playing a game at the moment where there's a companion named Merrin, and then in a game at the moment called Merrill. So we gotta keep up with that. Oh, and it looks like we can just return to the camp from here. I don't have to go the long way. We don't have to go through the caves. Nice.
Masarana's child, your debt is paid in full. It isn't too late to change your mind, Dalen.
Dareth Shiral, Keeper. I'm ready. Let's depart.
Friendship ended with the Dalish. Hawk is my best friend now. Okay. She's like, peace. I want nothing to do with you anymore.
Elganon. Is this really where the elves live?
Instant regret.
Not the prettiest part of Kirkwall, but it doesn't have a view of the giant chains. Take what you can get.
I didn't think it would be so... I've never seen so many people in one place before. It seems so lonely.
Merrill literally has her forest pixie dream. She can go be cottage core out in the woods, right? And then she's like, you know what? I hate it here. I'm out. I'm destined for greater things. The first place that we take her to when we return to Kirkwall is, here's where the elves live. And she's just like, oh, did she live like this? Instant regret as soon as she's left the encampment. She's like, is it too late? Is it too late to go back?
Working your way up will be fun. All right, that was a lie. It won't be fun.
Some adventurer I am. Barely set out and I'm already daunted. Thank you for everything. For all your help. Will you come visit me? Not now, of course. But maybe later. I could use a friend.
Yeah, I don't think so. We just literally be like, nah, you're on your own now, so yeah, just dump her in the alienage, be like, this is what you wanted.
Of course. But only because you used that "you kicked my puppy" voice.
Huh.
Thank you. Oh, I'm thanking you too much, aren't I? I mean it, though.
Okay. She's so awkward. Okay, and is a party member. Right, there you go. All three of my mages all have the same staff right now. At least in terms of model. Look at this crew. Is this the full squad, or can more of this space be filled? Also, this is so late for me to even mention this. Probably way too late, but why are the characters just in the void? Give me didn't Origins have a more of an area, or am I imagining it? I swear that they were stood in a room or something and it wasn't the void. Maybe it was, maybe I'm just crazy. I just realized that they're all just standing there in complete darkness. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 8 or 7 companions. I believe, with that in mind, we're now able to actually look at those DLC chests. I think we can do that now with the amount of companions that we have without getting spoiled, which is nice. 3 mages, 3 warriors because of me, and 2 rogues. Wonderful. This is going to be interesting on how I figure out this arrangement. I don't even know who or what I want in my party right now. What's really nice though is I like all of the characters, which is really difficult. My party arrangement in Dragon Age Origins was very easy, I think, because I had some favorites and some not so favorites. It's just like I just had a very preferred party in Origins. But then we get to a situation like Dragon Age 2, and I've got my Mass Effect dilemma, which is I like all of the characters and companions in Mass Effect for the most part, except for Jacob. And then it's like, damn, who do I bring with me? I think for recent interest, we'll replace Anders with Merrill, and then keep the same group. I think Varric's probably going to be the mainstay. I love my short king. And Isabel will have her moments for sure. But I think Isabel might even have her moments to get swapped out to develop Aveline and Fenris as well. It'll be a whole thing. Anders, take a break. Also, you know what I miss? When you would select your companions in the party screen and they would like be annoyed that you kicked them out, or they'd be like keen to join and then have like voice lines. Vashaden. That's the only one that comes to mind right now. Is Sten's Vashaden. But like they would all have like their little lines.
Will I see you at the tavern later?
A little bit.
Today, my sisters have me decorating the Vina doll.
So we got Merrill a home. So Merrill's a homeowner. That's nice. Shall we go check it out? Let's see what she's living like. Damn, okay. This is nice. This is in the alienage? Okay. Okay. This is not a bad place. What's the rent like? You even got your own little toilet with a sewer grate. That's fancy. That's modern. Okay. All right. I like it. Got a lot of good mood lighting, you know. Got your books, got your knowledge, got your little platform for doing your drawings, your reading table, your big ass book, your other reading table. Okay. Not bad. I mean, you could probably put a little bit more in this room. It's a little empty. Single bed, okay. No visitors, I get you. Gotcha. No guest bedroom. But pretty impressive. This is a massive house. Bit drafty with those windows, but you're not getting any invaders with those spikes. Not bad. All right, let's do some reading because we've got some codex entries. Arlathan, part 2. We've read part 1 in the Dalish encampment. You ask what happened to Arlathan? I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. I keep getting confused because I told you how I like pronouncing it and how the game's pronounced it, and now I've just forgotten, and it's just like, there's no point keeping up with fantasy name pronunciations. Arlathan. Sadly, we do not know. Even those of us who keep the ancient lore have no record of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall and a fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Tevinter, which, and for what reason we do not know, moved to conquer Elfhanan. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, most our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. With magic, demons, and even dragons at their behest, the Tevinter Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that had stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and human contact quickened their veins until every captured elf turned mortal. The elves called to their ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why the gods didn't answer, our people left only a legend. They say that fenriel, the dread wolf and lord of tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. The gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss, neither group ever again to enter the other lands. I remember this story because this is when he cut them both off. But the gods did not know that fenriel had planned to betray them, and by the time they realized the Dreadwolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact with the mortal world. Yeah, I remember reading this. He was like, guys, what if you just go home, right? Go home, and we'll talk about it. Just cool your jets. And then he went, psych, and then locked him in. It is a fable, to be sure, but those elves who traveled beyond claim that fenriel still roams the world of dreams, keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans our people had once considered mere pests. It is said that Tevinter Magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying aeons of collected knowledge, culture, and art, the whole of elven lore left only to memory. If Dragon Age, I'm skipping over Inquisition here, but if Dragon Age Dreadwolf is all elven lore focused, just based on that name alone, I'm so excited. I'm so hyped for that, just on a story lore premise alone, you know? Mana and the use of magic. Mana is that which defines a mage. It is potential that dwells within a person, but does not always manifest itself. All men are connected to the Fade, and we go there to dream, but only those with this potential may draw upon its power. Mana is, then, a measurement of one's ability to draw power from the Fade, and it is this power that it is expended in magic. As in all other things, it has limits. Just as a man has the strength to lift only so much weight and no more, a mage cannot work more magic at one time than his mana allows. If he wishes to work magic that would be beyond his strength, a mage must bolster his mana with lyrium. Without lyrium, it is possible for the reckless to expend their own life force in the working of magic, and occasionally, ambitious apprentices injure or even kill themselves by overexertion. Now we've got the Maker's first children, were the spirits, glorious beings that populated the many spires of the Golden City, and the Chant of Light says they were revered, that they revered the Maker with unquestioning devotion. The Maker, however, was dissatisfied. Although the spirits were like him in that they could manipulate the ether and create from it, they did not do so. They had no urge to create, and even when instructed to do so, possessed no imagination to give their creations ingenuity or life. The Maker realized his own folly. He had created the spirits to resemble him in all but the one most important way. They did not have a spark of the divine within them. He expelled all the spirits out of the Golden City, and into the Fade he proceeded to his next creation, life. I actually think I remember reading this. I remember reading The Maker's First Children in the first game. Like I said, sometimes you'll have a codex entry and you'll go, I've read this exact thing. Sometimes you can't tell. And then there's other times where it's like, I remember this story specifically. And I think, again, that is really nice about Dragon Age's lore and world building, is a lot of it is like really so well written that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember reading this. This was really cool.
I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on.
I was literally right outside, Merrill.
Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
Oh my god. The most awkward character companion being a host.
It's cozy, and your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm not sure thanks applies to this. Not without a lot of irony, anyway.
It's not pretty, but this is where I need to be. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is tricky.
This is literally such a good house.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always A bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible keeper. I was never that good with people.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythol, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
Rivalry. Okay. Rivalry. Sure. I guess so. What option did I pick? That was rivalry. I guess I remember that it's not necessarily a negative thing, but it's just like you'd think that. I guess you have to pick the angel wings option instead of being charming about it. Dalish pariah. Merrill has never felt quite like she's fit in, and her choices have only furthered the gap between her and her people. Solidarity and outcast. Damage resistance or blood of the first Kosh ratio. Merrill has unique knowledge of Keeper lore and blood magic. While this mode is active, she sacrifices her own health to obtain a deeper pool of energy for casting spells. I literally have a blood mage in my party right now. So the 3 mages in my group are essentially all apostates. Amazing. We'll just run the triple mage party. Wounds of the past. Controlling the blood of her foes. Bloodbending. Oh my god. Okay. So she's got spirit, and she's got the spirit bolts. So Anders is doing ice. Bethany's doing fire. And it looks like we've got Merrill doing the primal tree with Stone Fist. Has Hex of Torment. We got 6 ability points, so this is actually good. We can do a few things. So we'll focus on some different trees. So let's replenish your vitality from sucking on corpses. Let's dispel magic, and it inflicts spirit damage as well. Nice. I'll do that. And then... oh, and Chain Lightning is in here. Yes, let's upgrade Chain Lightning. And then... she can't heal, so this is one thing to keep in mind, is we will... if we use her as our mage, we are missing out on a healer. Oh, good. We still do have an AoE sleep and paralyzing one with the coma. Horror is only for one enemy, instead of having it be on a group, but we'll do that as well. So she'll be like a great debilitator mage. I think that'll be fine. I'll quite like that, because then I can just focus on health potions for my party anyway. It's pretty good. All right. Lovely. There's a... oh, God. Okay, so Merrill's home is here. There's a bunch now. Map of occupied Kirkwall. Looks like we've got some side quest stuff that we've picked up while we've been outside. We've got to return here for the duty quest. Alright, I'm going to head to these locations and hand in these side quest items just so I can get them off of my...
Thank you very much for the help earlier, Varric.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
Daisy. The ball of twine.
Check your purse. I think you lost something.
Solivitus.
Ah, welcome, my dear friend, to Sol's shop. My name is Solivitus. Please, take a look around. My apologies in advance. Our shelves are a bit bare at the moment. Actually, if you're interested, I could use a bit of help to remedy that.
What do you need?
How can I help?
It's been too dangerous to leave the city of late, and the substances I require for my creations are, of course, elsewhere. Perhaps you could find them. You'll be compensated for your time, have no fear. I'll also give you first pick of my new creations.
Sure.
Make up a list of what you need, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Perfect. A discount on everything in the shop, Sirrah.
Many mages resent the history of the gallows.
I love that he's like, take a look at what we've got. I don't have much. Herbalist. Amulet of Serenity. Increased healing by the character and to this character. So that only really works on my other two mages. Restoration potion. Also, what's interesting is it looks like they've just kind of, at least for the most part, they've kind of simplified the potions where I'm only seeing health and lyrium potions. I'm not seeing like greater, lesser versions. I'm not sure if they exist or if they'll pop up at a later date. Because we've got restoration, which does both health and mana, which is great. So I guess maybe that might be it. A recipe for the restoration potion, so we can make it ourselves. Would be nice. See how we go. It'd be nice if I could compare. They've taken this away from Dragon Age Origins. Fucking never mind. Never mind. Don't even listen to what I'm saying right now. Don't even listen to what I'm saying right now. I can see. I see it. And I now understand the star rating system. It seems that the star rating system is based on how much of an improvement it is over what your character currently has. And what's cool about switching between certain mages anyway is I can just be like, I'll just buy this and then share it amongst the group whenever I change mages or something. I'm gonna buy that. And obviously this doesn't work for you. None of these work for me either. Mana, stamina, and fire damage. There you go. I got Merrill, a new staff. Hopefully it looks like a different model. Nice. I also need to give her things. I mean, that one's good for, like, resistances. Also gives you some willpower, I suppose. Fire damage, I don't know if we really need that. Might grab the... Oh, I do have a bunch of junk. Why did I not see it in the list here? What the hell? Selling. No items of this type. Oh. I'm an idiot. Wrong menu. My brain isn't working. Alright, nice. Bought some stuff. Bought me goods. This is another thing that I guess is important, is even if you don't have a quest marker at a particular place, you should go and check it out anyway, because there are new plot points around the place. Goes to get rid of the quest marker and just gets a new one instead. And at this point it's good, because we've got a decent amount of money.
Refugees. Bullshit is what I say.
We got a decent amount of money, so I don't mind spending a little bit at the moment. Because we just need the 50 sovies to go to the Deep Roads expedition.
Like it. I love it. The salt spray on my face, the wind whipping by my ears, the gulls screaming overhead. I love it all.
Oh, don't you get sick? I was so sick on our trip across the sea.
Were you in the hold?
Everyone was in the hold.
There's your problem. You need to be up on deck, under the sky, with nothing between you and the horizon. Sailing is like sex. Do it wrong, and it'll make you sick. But do it right, and there's no feeling in the world like it.
I was just gonna say... no response. I was just gonna say, just everything that Isabella is gonna say is like some sort of ship-sailing sex euphemism. I think she would fit so well in the early Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Just imagine her banter with Captain Jack. I would kind of love it.
This fell into my hands. Recognize it?
I had long since paid my debt over this. It's grand to see it again.
It's grand to see it again.
Half pay to match the refugees. All shares what I said.
Also, I kind of wish that we could just, when we're in an area, we could just leave without having to go to an exit point. Especially because sometimes the game spawns us just in a random spot. We just have to walk to exit. Oh, there's so many quests in Kirkwall, and that's just during the day. What do we got at night time? Just the Black Emporium. What is going on in Lowtown? Yeah, I think we want to get all of our affairs in order before we head to the deep roads.
See, though, there are storms and hostile pirates. And it's trying being cooped up with men who haven't seen a woman in months. You're a woman? Exactly. And I don't usually let them touch me, so they get frustrated. I insist all of them get alone time. Helps with the crankiness.
They're already lonely. Why would you insist they be alone some more?
Merrill.
What? Did I miss something?
Go think about it. Maybe it'll come to you.
Maybe it'll come to you. Fighting? In the daytime? In the middle of the city? What's going on here? What the fuck? Oh, I'm just being attacked by mercenaries in the middle of the day.
You're pathetic.
I got a dead drop here, though. Hello? Guards? Anyone? More of them? Guards! Is there even a goddamn city guard anywhere in this place outside of the Templars you see? Goddamn. There's supposed to be a whole guard situation. Aveline! Aveline, what's going on with the guards? I'm just being attacked by mercenaries in the streets and nobody cares.
There's the dead drop. Hopefully the wardens will appreciate this.
Oh yeah. I think those mercenaries were stopping us from delivering the Grey Warden letter.
Arms for the poor.
Sergeant Joanna.
That's the last of them. You do good work. Come, men, back to the vigil, and away from this cesspool of a city.
Okay, mate. 2 sovies, mate. Get a couple of sovereigns in ya. But yeah, like I said, I think we want to have all of our affairs in order around all of our quests that we have before we go to the deep roads. I don't know if that means every rumor, every secondary thing. I don't even know if it means the premium content. There's probably a lot of this that won't even come into play until later. Anyway.
Please, Sir Trask. He won't go to the circle willingly, but it's the only place.
Madam, we'll do our best to find your son, but I cannot guarantee his safety if he continues to resist Templar jurisdiction.
He's just a boy.
He's an apostate. I am sorry for your loss, mistress, but I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
It sounds like your son is in trouble. Is there anything I can do?
You heard all of that and still you would help? An apostate? Oh, thank you. I am Ariane. My boy, Fenriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade It gives him nightmares, dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt I betrayed his trust. He thinks he can live free of the Circle, but I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill himself.
Jesus.
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento.
Dallied?
When I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor my tribe wished the burden of an elf-blooded human infant. I raised fenriel myself, here in the alienage.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, fenriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
What kind of dreams is he having?
He dreams of demons, calling to him, pulling him into their world. Every day, it grows harder to wake him. That is why I turned to the Circle. They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
What exactly do you need me to do?
Just find him, please. Bring him somewhere safe. I don't know where fenriel is gone, but there are 2 places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And fenriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fenriel might have sought him out.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
He ought to have his own life. Out from the shackles of the Circle. Everyone should.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
Wayward son. Carry on my wayward son. Alright, let's head to over there. Go check this bad boy out. Vincento.
Greetings, Sarah. You look like a man who'd be interested in the finest Antivan steel to grace his hand. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
I'm looking for fenriel.
Actually, I'm more interested in your son.
Son? I have never had that privilege, Sarah. My poor wife, she's back in Antiva and cannot see me often with my travels. Let us not ruin the day with such weighty thoughts. Perhaps I could show you my silks.
You abandoned your son at birth. If you regret this at all, help me save him now.
There's no man in Kirkwall who is friend to an elf blood mageling. A smile won by my trust.
Interesting. Friendship with Merrill. Speak to Thrask in the gallows courtyard as well. Okay. Well, I guess let's go to the gallows courtyard then. Speaking with the father did not work. To the gallows.
I'll let you run your fingers through it if you want.
Your chest hair? My fingers? Oh, Varric, stop. You're making me quiver.
You know you want to.
Oh, I do. I can't resist you. No woman can.
I know. It's a terrible burden.
Oh, with Varric flirting with Isabella and Isabella flirting with Fenris, we're just gonna end up a goddamn polyamorous party, aren't we? God damn it. Isabella's mine, Varric.
Are you the Templar who's pursuing the boy Fenriel?
I did not realize his name was known so widely. Perhaps you know Ariane from when she was with the Dalish.
We don't all know each other. There are a lot of clans, you know.
Oh.
Are you a friend of his?
That's cool. I did not expect there to be that dialogue. There you go. Damn. depending on who you have in your party, having like characters. Oh, that feels like, even though like obviously the the connotation and what's being said isn't good at all, because it's like he's going, all Dalish people know each other, but it's like this. What I really like about that is the choice of who you have in your party, having characters say special dialogue, and it's not new or exclusive to this game, but I always just love it when it happens. Like, it's like just such a satisfying thing when there's dialogue that you would normally just not get, and it's just like, this game feels smart and alive, and it's very satisfying. Just like if we've got one of the Dalish with us, so a guard automatically just goes, you must know each other, you know?
Have you met him? What is he like?
From his mother's description, he sounds much like any youngster we bring to the Circle. Frightened of his gift, resentful at losing his freedom, convinced he is the one exception to our laws. Hardly someone you would wish the power to murder people with his mind.
He's a menace.
No young boy should have to face down demons alone.
It is surprising what sympathies mages evoke. I always expect people to be more wary of their powers than touched by their struggles. If we do not find fenriel soon, it will not matter. Either he will be taken by the demons, or by less mystical predators. And I have said more than enough on the topic. This is a Templar matter, and we will be handling it.
Perhaps I could aid your search.
True. It is surely not in the lad's best interests to turn away anyone who seeks to find him. There is a Templar, former Templar, by the name of Samson. He left the Order due to philosophical differences. He has been known to help mages flee Kirkwall. If fenriel went to him, Samson wouldn't tell me. He stays out of sight by day, but I've seen him at night, near the entrance to Darktown.
Thank you for that. I think keeping Merrill in our party for this is good, because we're getting Merrill friendship constantly with each of these interactions, so this feels like a good thing to do. I haven't done that yet. Okay. Darktown at night. Ooh, I've got Dark Epiphany. Is that just at night? No, it's just any time. The Dark Epiphany. Usually loitering... Oh, Low Town, not Dark Town. I knew there wasn't a quest marker there, but for some reason I still just ignored that and went, Dark Town. Don't give me directions, because I will forget them. There he is. Oh, we've been walking past you before. I've seen you here, but now you're a quest.
What do you know? I was told my old friend Thrask was advising you folks to seek me out. You're looking for the boy, right? Feign something. I'll tell you now, there's not much I can do for you.
I'm looking for a retired Templar named Samson.
Retired. Sounds better than burned-out husk of a Templar begging coins in the choke tap. They don't do anything to keep you, you know. You join the Order, you're free to walk away. But they're the only ones who got the dust.
Yeah, lyrium dust withdrawals.
The dust?
Lyrium, an ore the dwarves mine. Magic in its raw form. You need to drink the stuff to face down the magicers. Problem is, if you ever try to stop, it just about kills you.
Is it true you give aid to apostates fleeing the Templars?
The mages I help, they're no more than children, newly discovered their magic and terrified. Barely left their mother's skirts, and now we're saying they got to be locked away for their own good. That demons are hunting them. Do you wonder they run?
Did you meet the boy?
Afraid so. Blighter was dead broke though, not a silver on him. I helped one mageling for free, and I'll never get paid again. I pointed him to a ship captain I know, Rayner. Sometimes he'll take on runaways. Took another apostate last week, girl I sent him. Might have gone wrong, though. I heard rumors he took the both of them captive instead.
Please tell me it's not too late to save him.
Rumor has it, Rayner had the pair of them locked inside a Keys warehouse, somewhere close to dockside. You want to go looking? You might find the lad before he gets ransomed to the Templars. Or worse.
God damn it. Rayner may know where fenriel is. Should be in a warehouse in the docks tonight. To the docks we go, then. I do like it when a quest is right at the entrance to a location. Quick exit.
Bugger off. Bugger off.
There can't be two ship captains, and he speaks for you, it seems.
Bugger off.
Damn, it seems obvious who the actual real captain is, bro. This man's telling me he's a ship captain, he can't even speak for himself. Hello? Someone at the door. Ah! Varric, you're supposed to warn me about the traps. This man still won't warn me about traps. I'll have to just switch to Varric as the main playable character. Oh look, he discovered a trap. Varric, you've done it. Can't wait for Merrill to activate it. You just blew up that man. Merrill. Ooh. Almost. Alright, what are you doing?
I love doing that.
I'm actually fully convinced that Varric spots the simple traps, and he intentionally is not calling out the bear traps because he actually likes it when Hawk gets his feet stuck in bear traps. I'm absolutely convinced. It would be fitting of his character. Look at all these warehouses that are built in exactly the same way. With exactly the same stuff in them. And every single house looks exactly the same, except for the houses in the Alienage, which look better than the houses in Hightown. Which doesn't make any sense. Merrill's house is bigger than my house. And the other houses that we've been in. Like, huh? And then Merrill's like, it's nothing much. Like, okay, rub it in.
Get a hold of her.
Please, help me. Anyone.
That was the worst cry for help I've ever heard.
Can't do no spells without hands.
Oh no, you're turning in. No!
You know nothing of magic.
Oh shit, turn into a sloth demon. Oh no, abomination. I swear I remember the sloth demon looking like that. Oh shit. And now they're fighting side by side. They're on the same team. God damn. And now there are corpses. Can we just acknowledge how fucking cool this combat theme is?
Piece of cake. We're good to go.
I kind of hate the enemies just constantly appearing out of thin air. It's like, just have them all, throw them all at me at once, you cowards.
You do get results, don't you?
That poor thing. What was her name? Where were they taking her?
Yes. Hideout location. Captain Reiner's accounts. One male human mage, Danzig. Unfortunately, we have lost one of them. But we do have a lead on the boy. Thrask's letter. Olivia's letter to the Thrusk. Father, I know the sacrifices you've made. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I know the sacrifices you've made to conceal my secret, but I'm a child no longer. I cannot burden you my whole life, lest my secret destroy us both. I must live my own life as a woman and as a mage. It is oddly freeing to write the word. Farewell, Father. I hope one day you make peace between what you have been taught and what you have seen. All my love, Olivia. Damn. Thrask's daughter was an apostate mage. That changes a lot about his sort of approach there. How I'm assuming that we'd be able to talk to him about that. Right? And maybe deliver him the news, the unfortunate news of what's happened to his daughter. What a twist. She's like, I'm gonna go live my own life and see where it leads me. Hopefully it doesn't lead me to turn into an abomination and then get killed moments after. And then you ask yourself, you know what? Maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if I just stayed living in secrecy, because I would still be alive. But then, you know, maybe what kind of life would that be? This is the questions that we ask ourselves.
For my sake, please quit cutting through the alleys in Lowtown alone at night.
Nothing ever happens. I'm perfectly safe, Varric.
Yes, I know. And that nothing is costing me a fortune.
Oh, that's really cute and wholesome. Varric's like paying people to keep her safe. That's really nice. So sweet. Heart of gold, Varric.
We have found neither hide nor hair of the lad, fenriel. I can only think he has fallen victim to demons or slavers.
I found this. It was addressed to you. It seems to be from your daughter.
My daughter? Then you know what she is. How she died. When I traced her to that warehouse, I should have forced her into the circle. My own weakness in the face of her pleas is what destroyed her. It is why I urged Ariani not to give in when fenriel wished to hide. If only I had been so strong for Olivia.
Oh, rude.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about the Templars finding out anymore.
Thank you. She is at peace now. I would not wish to see her name smeared while her ashes are still warm.
Nice. Merrill and Varric friendship. It's like, so you know how she died? It's like, I know a little more than that. A little more than that. Looks like you can do this quest either at night or during the day. Let's do it at night because it's cooler, edgier timeline for doing quests.
How do you do that?
Our Merrill friendship is, it's getting up there, slowly.
Do what, kitten?
You sort of swagger when you walk. I've been trying, but I trip over my own feet when I do it.
You just strut. It's not something you practice.
How do I learn it then?
It comes to you, usually at night.
It's like a lover.
Or maybe a burglar. Either it ravishes you, or runs off with all your jewelry, and you have to run it down and stab it in the heart. And that metaphor got a bit away from me, didn't it?
I think it did, but it was certainly exciting.
Isabella can't stop horny posting. So funny that she's just like, yeah, what is it, kitten? The relationships and character dynamics are really enjoyable. I like how they all talk to each other. The dialogue's great. I need to switch in a couple of other characters soon so we can have them all talk as well. Very enjoyable combinations. She's like, how do you do that walk? With like the exaggerated swagger of a swashbuckler. Oh, and finally we understand what this guy is all about. So when we were roaming Darktown, I saw this whole group, and I was like, well, this guy's going to be important later. Look at him. He's got a big old impressive moustache and a name.
Why, look here, boys. Volunteers. Clap 'em in irons and let's see what the Tevinters will pay for 'em.
Combat, aggressive, or diplomatic? Bing bong.
The boy you bought from Captain Rayner. Where is he?
Feisty don't get you a better price. Shut this buck up.
I love that he walks away from me, but there he is, ready to face my goddamn axe. Oh my god. I gotta tell you, combat in this game, satisfying visually, right? It's hilarious. You are seeing limbs going everywhere. You're seeing bodies explode into pieces. You are smacking people across the floor. Like, it's very satisfying, the animations here that are going on. And then I just straight up bully this dude.
One more for me! We're keeping score, right?
Slaver mage. They really just don't know how to stop sending reinforcements.
Line them up for me. I'll take it down.
My goodness, that was exciting.
There's got to be something here that shows where he shipped fenriel.
Oh, yes.
See his pie.
Map to the Wounded Coast. We're heading back to the Wounded Coast. 3 sovereigns.
Some bolt hole in the Wounded Coast. I wonder if that's near the Injured Cliffs or the Limping Hills. Massive head trauma bay. No, just me. Forget I said anything.
Humorous Hawk. We had Humble Dwarf, then Humorous Hawk, and then we need another H descriptor for our character in Inquisition. I don't know if we're going to be in the Inquisition. Will we be an Inquisitor? Or will we be opposing it? Because I either will be a horny Inquisitor or a horny wizard. Sounds good to me regardless. Alright, let's head back. We're taking an excursion out of the place again. We're heading back to the... Why are they all holding constantly? What is going on here? Did I accidentally press H? I must have accidentally pressed H. That's the only explanation for why they would be holding. Adoy. To the Wounded Coast. We've already been here before, but we have to re-explore the map again? Strange. Embrium. Embryums are flowers from the orchid family. Its therapeutic qualities were actually discovered because of the embryum's exceptional beauty. The beloved daughter of Lord Ignace Polenc of Orlais fell victim to a terrible sickness of the lungs, which her healers were unable to cure. Thinking the girl would soon perish, her parents surrounded her bed with brightly colored flowers, hoping that they would bring some warmth and cheer in her last days. Oddly enough, the girl began to recover from the illness, and grew stronger each day. Her parents were baffled but overjoyed. The healers eventually learned that the fragrance of one of the flowers eased the child's breathing. The flower was an embryum and later became known as the salubrious embryum. The other variant that has certain magical properties is known as the dark embryum. We're spiders. You better be paying me, dwarf, because I am going to be responsible for saving you right now.
Out of your element, dwarf?
No thanks to this lot, can't get a decent blade at a bargain anymore. You, though, you're what a man needs. A skilled enthusiast.
You can start making sense any time now.
My manners. Javaris Tintop, merchant and investor. I need forward thinkers to help court the qunari.
Court the qunari? Maker, think of the children.
Those hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I felt it sting. Their ships fire thunder.
I doubt they were eager to sell.
That Arishok said I wasn't worthy. That only their outcast, the Tal-Vashoth, or that mercenary. I said, great, I'll go talk to them. Didn't go over well. But, made me think. Maybe he'll bargain if I get rid of something that bothers him more than, well, me.
The Tal-Vashoth.
The Tal-Vashoth. Are you up for some paid hunting?
Your people must have something like that already.
Small things, shaped to crack faults, not shatter the earth. Plus, they're mostly lyrium. Expensive, poisonous. The Chantry controls it topside. The glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
What's the point when we already have magic that can do the same thing?
Maybe you have magic, all tough and human and whatnot. But what of the common man? How does he remove stumps from his land, or produce them on his enemies? What does he do when he needs a hole far too fast? Magic is hard to market. But this stuff you can put in a bag.
Your plan seems a little weak, bruh.
I suppose there could be a reward for these Tal-Vashoth.
As long as you do it, I'm happy. Now, best I could figure, they're up the Wounded Coast, a whole camp. Take their heads off and meet me at the compound in Kirkwall.
Oh.
Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
I've already done that. I already did it. Yeah, quest completed. Completed quests. According to Varric, a dwarven merchant named Jarvis has been offering good coin exchange for help. He's already left the city, but Varric is certain he could be caught up near either the Wounded Coast or Sundermount. Tal-Vashoth update. Is this... Okay, this must be new. We haven't read this before. I thought it was like updated as in... I swear we already had a Tal-Vashoth entry. Being lost in an ancient Devinter ruin in northern Ravane is highly overrated, and then I found myself beset by several bands of qunari, apparently working in concert. I fled and managed to hide in a little village by the name of Vindar. The people there, mostly humans and a few elves, were devout followers of the Qun. It was the most organized village I ever laid eyes on. The houses were identical and arranged along perfectly orthogonal lines. The fields were all tended well and apparently communal, but there were signs of damage everywhere, as if the town had suffered repeated sieges, buildings shattered, fields burned, and a great many empty houses. I spent the night in the home of Vindar's matriarch, who introduced only herself as Sia. When I tried to regale my hostess with the tale of my qunari assailants, I discovered something. Qunari, Sia said, are people who follow the Qun, her people. Those born into qunari society who reject the Qun are called Vashoth, which means Grey One. These Grey Ones must leave their homes, for they have no place among the qunari. Sadly, many turn against the society that cast them out. These outcasts call themselves Tal-Vashoth, the true Grey Ones. Often they have no skills to make an honest living, so they sell themselves into service, usually becoming mercenaries. Even the most inept fighter among the qunari race possesses prodigious size and an intimidating visage. These, she informed me, were my attackers in the countryside, the same band that wreaked such havoc on Vindar. The Tal-Vashoth wage a bitter war against the Qun, the qunari, and sometimes against Order itself. They are no match for the qunari army, so they generally strike at farms, travelers, and those who stray too far from qunari protection. I was lucky to escape with my life. Alright, I don't remember reading that, so that was definitely a new one. Which is quite interesting that we get our rumors, like, hey, you want to do this thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I already actually did that, man. So you can just pay me now if you want. That would be fine. And it's done. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for something else. Cast treatise. And house accounting. Okay, that's new. So I guess even though we've been to this area before, there's still, it refreshes the map and there's still things that you can encounter. Am I in the right place? From a cave on the Wounded Coast. Go to the Wounded Coast and kill the bandits camped there. Oh, so it's, even though it's completed, it's completed. But it's also in my current quests. I'm confused now. So I'll head back here again then? What the fuck? Oh, and now I'm in a different... Aha! Yeah, we definitely wiped them out. And then we haven't been here yet. Should I run all the way down there and just see what happens then? Oh, I guess there's a cat.
Parrot, Isabella. What would I want a parrot for?
You're a pirate.
What about a peg leg? Do you have one of those? You can see that I don't, dear. Eye patch? I'm disappointed terribly, aren't I? And no hook for a hand either. Seems like pirate stories are awful. He likes them better that way.
I love that Varric is also here too. So Isabella likes to refer to Merrill as kitten, and I just find that very adorable. It's funny. Okay, so we're back on the Wounded Coast. We're actually in the right place now. We'll walk up to this area. I guess we weren't able to go into the caverns before. That must be the genuine missing part. We slaughtered everyone outside, but I don't think we had access to caverns yet.
Here we go again.
What? You wouldn't endanger yourself, human. Okay. I'm heading in.
No further, human. Tal-Vishoth control these passages.
Ambushes are usually quieter, Qunari.
I did not intend to ambush. I expected to warn a caravan, but you are not helpless. The path ahead is littered with my kind. If you are as skilled as you look, it would please me if you killed them.
Oh. And this is what I was talking about. So when we came to the Wounded Coast and we just started killing apostates that were there and killing the qunari that were there, you're just automatically and instantly treated as an enemy. There's no like dialogue to take place, you know, especially with like apostates where I was saying, hey, you know, I sympathize with your cause. We won't attack you. Get out of here, you know. But then there's like the qunari stuff, and I was like, it would be cool if there was some conversation. And there is. It's just like, I guess it's weirdly paced now for the story because we've already gone through this area and killed them all previously when we were just exploring the Wounded Coast. And then now we come here and there's another guy with an opportunity to do the same thing again, but with dialogue this time.
And I should trust you?
I have no history of betraying your people, only my own. I did not like my role, so I left the queue. I do not wish to be a murdering thief, so I left these Tal-Vishoth to warn their victims. You are no victim, so now I will leave.
Okay, I've been saying the kun because like the kun because it's the qunari. So I guess I just go kun as qunari, but he says kun. Like there's a bit more of a difference in pronunciation of that. Join me to fight them.
If they have offended you so much, help me go after them.
But I am worse. They don't want to raise their swords for coin, so they murder and steal. They cling to the honor they held under the Q. My sword means nothing. I will sell it and myself as mercenary. Qunari would say I am worse.
Do I really have to convince you to do the right thing?
I have already done more than was demanded, by my own choice. You have my word of caution, human. Heed it or do not.
Sometimes I think their brains are twisted up in those horns of theirs.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well now we'll go into the caverns. It's an interesting conversation. Alrighty then. Hello everyone. This is round 2. You remember me? Hello there. I love that they just stand there, waiting. I'm glad my axe actually does damage.
May the creators have mercy on you.
Making quick work of them, Isabella.
If we kill them, we get their stuff.
If we kill them, we get their stuff. Watch out, you.
I think this will help a little.
Don't get killed now. I sure do love the Talvishoth inventory that is empty and has nothing in it, but it still lets us look. Okay, into the caverns. So we haven't been in here before. Okay. Oh, there you go. So we've been in cave systems where we haven't been able to interact with those doors before, and it looks like maybe you can only interact with them from one side to get it open. That might be it. Because we've definitely seen them before and just haven't been able to interact with them. Like there was no door option. I wonder if that was maybe that was a glitch, or they can only be opened on one side. Who knows? Okay. Varric, I'm stuck in web. How much money we got now? 51 sovies. Oh my god, Varric! I'm being impaled by goddamn spears.
I'll deal with this!
Never should have come here. Silverite. Nice. It is interesting because it's like you have to find... I guess you don't really find that stuff commonly. It's like a rare ingredient for you to find out in the wilds. Your first one gives you a codex entry as well. And then you just have to randomly find them. +1 armor and +4 fortitude. What do you guys got? 17 attack. You already got fortitude. 18 attack. You don't even have a belt. Ah. Maybe I should give you. May as well. Some more lyrium. Finding all of the minerals. Okay. Just making sure now, because you might miss something. Qunari rations.
Watch your step.
It's Isabella that's pointing out the traps. Oh my god. Isabella. I just realized that you're also the one not pointing out the bear traps. Which means Isabella and Varric are both getting a laugh out of it. And they're only pointing out the ones that could damage them too. Classic. Is that a mage? I think that would have been that was a Qunari mage. Tell Jarvis at the Talvish of the Dead. Qunari compound by the docks at day. There's a Qunari mage. Okay. Cleaned up shop, baby. So many torn trousers. What a valuable commodity. Alright, we out. Oh yeah, and there's still Wayward Son to do at the Wounded Coast. So we've done that. Now Wayward Son.
You know, Ravana, you promised me you'd tell me how you're shipwrecked.
I was drunk. I thought the reefs around the Wounded Coast were made of candy.
Oh, come on.
And a demon told me to do it. It bet me 60 sovereigns and a bottle of port. You're not the only one here who can bullshit, you know?
Two rogues, they're good at that. Money. Sleever caverns. There's so much more to this before we go in here. Hold on. Curiosity has caught my eye. Let's check out the rest of this map. What else could possibly be here? So far, it's very rewarding. There we go. Oh! Another! Hiya! Oh, it's... Yeah, qunari mage, so cool. Nice. The Wounded Coast Codex entry. There it is. Hiya! One of the few roads leading into Kirkwall passes through a dangerous area known as the Wounded Coast. The road winds close to the cliff edge that looms over waters with many a precipitous drop to the churning waves below. There's many a local legend involving travelers falling or jumping or having been flung from those heights. From the cliffs, the road leads through jagged hills that line the pass like sharp teeth. Bandits use these hills as cover from which to ambush caravans. There's more to fear here than bandits, of course. Once one leaves the hills, you come upon a maze of sharp canyons, the hunting grounds for many fierce creatures. It is a place of secrets, dating back to the golden age of the Tevinter Imperium, where ancient relics and statues crumble in time with the rocks. Dedicated. Level up, level up, level up. Might start giving me some more stamina at this point. I'm gonna put some willpower in there so I get some stamina. That'd be good. We're gonna just dump it into stamina. You can make Reaper do more damage and more damage against brittle targets, but I don't think we have that yet. I'll need to suss out my mage abilities to see if we're even capable of doing that. Do you have taunt? Vanguard has control. Might. Oh, shattering blow. Let me have a look. What is the deal with the brittle stuff? Is that... that's got to be in here somewhere. Should I look for the icon? Something that makes enemies brittle. What makes enemies brittle? This is disoriented. Oh, would they be brittle if they're iced? Slows the target. Aha. And may leave some foes in a brittle state. So brittle chance, 40% versus frozen targets. So, and brittle is also deep freeze. What about rock? Chain lightning. Okay, petrify doesn't make them aha! Petrify now leaves the foe more exposed, decreasing protection from attacks and turning most enemies brittle. So 100% chance versus normal enemies. So we can focus on this. Next time Merrill levels up, we'll get petrify and then desiccate, and then we can desiccate. It only works against one enemy, because it says it leaves the foe more exposed, so it's just one enemy target. And then I can come in with a shattering blow and just do 300% more damage against them. And then Reaper will also do more damage. So I'm not going to level that up yet, because it's kind of useless, because I can't really shatter any targets. So we're going to go for Devour. So we tear into an enemy, consuming life force to heal the Reaver instead. But we will eventually look into that brittle stuff. That brittle stuff, innit? Oh, I missed a crate, and it's going to have like a pair of trousers in it. The one time it doesn't. It's got a heavy shield instead. That's funny. Worn trousers. Damn it. Now we're actually getting items. The game is giving me Murphy's Law with items in chests. Okay. Slaver caverns. Inside we go. Remember to save your game frequently. Spindleweed. Crafting resource discovered. Gained 3 tactics slots by finding that weed. No level up though. Okay, see again. Oh well, I guess. See, it looks like this should open, right? But it doesn't. So there are some that do not open.
At least it's boring.
Okay. 4 slavers.
Now you fall!
You brought this on yourself, you know.
That's enough out of you! So, we won?
Yes. Love the mage decides to show up to the fight like when it's over. Very tactical of him. So I'll just show up when I am most useless in the fight.
You know, I might be able to give you a hand with that. Piece of cake.
Playing cards and a rogue's ring. Plus 3 physical damage. Okay. Kind of would have hoped that something called a rogue's ring would do something a little more than just more physical damage. But hey.
Take one more step and the boy dies.
I'll risk that. Okay. Oh, dude, I love that. So it's not just our sister sometimes when we're like, sister, help me. But you can also have moments like this. Varric with Bianca.
Tell this dirtbag who we are.
If I were you, I wouldn't be threatening the Viscount's son.
What? Oh, I suppose you just got a tip from a slaver that he was selling mage flesh cheap. You never thought to ask where he got it? You never wondered if you were buying the Viscount's well-known love child from his elven mistress. The boy he swore to protect, even if it meant raising the entire Free Marches?
I seek no war with the Free Marches. Take the lad to his father.
Oh? That's quite a generous offer.
this was the price set on the boy, please accept it as an offer of peace.
God damn. There you go.
Who are you? Are you working for the Templars?
Your mother sent me.
Huh. Hardly a difference. I can't believe her. My whole life it was all, I'll love you and protect you. Then I have some bad dreams and it's off to the Templars.
Varric coming in clutch with the quick wit there.
I'm here to help you, fenriel.
Why? You don't even know me.
I've spent my whole life protecting my sister from exactly what you fear.
Is there any chance you'd help me reach the Dalish? That's where I was trying to go. See if they'd take me in. I'm as much Dalish as human.
You'd be alone among the Dalish. Even more than a Dalish would be here.
Compared to being held prisoner, or made tranquil. I'll risk being lonely. Look, I know it's different in other kingdoms, but here, no one helps circle mages. Anything the Templars don't like, you get the brand. The Dalish, they've had magic forever. They could teach me. I won't be a danger, I swear.
It will be your humanity that marks you among the people, not your magic. But I think they will take you.
Do you think they would have me?
Was your mother right? Are you plagued by demons already?
I can't say for sure. I have dreams. There are voices in the dreams. They ask me to come, to give shape to the void around them. But the Dalish Keeper is wise. If anyone can help, she can.
I know the Keeper. I'll make sure she takes you in.
Then she does not hate humans. Oh, you don't know what a relief that is. I knew she could help me. Thank the creators, you were the one my mother hired to find me. I will forever be in your debt, friend.
Now what do we tell his mother? This is why I'm never having children.
Nice. 3 sovies. Return to Ariani and Lowtown during the day to tell her that fenriel went to the Dalish. Okay. Tell her the truth. Alright. There we go. I do have more of this area to explore. I didn't want to risk the after we kill you option with the slavers. Because the boy was still in harm's way, technically. Didn't want that blowing up in my face. Varric got that speech 100 skill though. She's like, Viscount's son. Yep. And you just have to believe me. Definitely not Vincento. Not at all. Not that guy. Alchemist's protective handguards. I found some things to sell. Alright, to the Wounded Coast. That'll get us out of here. And we can leave. Alright, let's get out of this place.
I've never met a dwarf before.
That's because you've spent too much time frolicking in the woods, Daisy. Dwarves don't frolic.
Dalish don't really frolic either. Not in the woods, anyway.
You have sanctioned frolicking areas?
No, just not in the woods. The trees get jealous.
But you do frolic.
Of course we do. We wouldn't be elves otherwise.
I love that both of these characters have nicknames for Merrill. Daisy and Kitten. Just out of nowhere too. They're just giving each other nicknames just cuz. Weirdly wholesome. Okay, let's leave. Let's head back into the city. Finish up these quests. We've got herbalist tasks to do in these 2 places, so we'll get to that eventually. Wayward Sun. Let's go talk to the mother.
You remind me of Harin Pyvelvarik, only younger and shorter, and not as serious.
So, it's a close resemblance then.
Well, he tells stories, and you tell stories. Although none of his begin, "No shit, there I was."
I'll have to give him some better stories then.
I do not wish to discuss my personal life. Let me know if you want to see.
I do not wish to discuss my personal life.
Hey there, lovely.
Wonder if it's time.
Your son decided he'd rather be an elf than a Templar prisoner. He joined the Dalish.
What? But he is human. They did not even wish me to raise him among them. But they do value magic more than the men of Kirkwall. Perhaps he can have both safety and freedom. As I said, I have little money, but this is a Dalish ring that has been in my family for generations. Please accept it with my thanks.
God, whenever they give you heirlooms, I'm like, baby, you don't have to do that. 18 attack and 3 physical damage though? Done. I will take it. Anyone else want a ring? Got a lot of stuff that I need to sell, and a lot of junk too. Alright, let's level up our characters. $25 each. Kickback. As the merchant prince, Varric knows that sometimes you need a well-placed bribe and a well-placed bolt. Yep. We can do Archer's Lance. Such force that it tears through every enemy along its deadly path. Or we can upgrade Shattering Arrow. Hail of Arrows. Let's do that for a nice little AoE of arrows. Bored with that. I'm going to move into Petrify. And we'll get Desiccate, like I said. Nice. Okay, that's that quest completed. Let's go tell Javaris about the Blackpowder one, because we've got that one resolved also. Something I like about the secondary quests is they're good. I enjoy doing them a lot. There's got some really good character interactions with all of them. Like I said, because this feels like so much more of a personal story.
Breath, you get more letters than I do. There's another one on the desk.
It's like a much more personal and intimate tale that it's kind of nice just running around and doing things, because it's not like I have like a blight to worry about or anything like that. So it's a little bit different in terms of the stakes. Whereas in Origins, when you're doing so many side quests and random things for people, it's like, yeah, it's not like I've got anything more important to do. But in this one, it's like, yeah, I really don't have anything more important to do. Orc, I know we didn't part on the best terms. You were right. I was trying to squeeze more work out of you than was justified. You've more than paid your way into the city. It's been tight since you left, though. If you're looking for more work, for a real coin in your pocket, come see me in Hightown anytime before sunset. Fenriel, Acts of Mercy, proud scion of the Hawk family. I dare not contact you directly, but we have met before, and I know you to be a person of good character and unusual ability. Indulge me in a meeting outside the city, for I require your aid in a delicate task. As a token of good faith, I have enclosed a modest sum. There will be more waiting if you can help. Please come as soon as you receive this. If you do not, the lives of many innocents may be on my hands. A friend. Imagine if this game actually took this to heart as soon as you read this letter, if you actually don't go immediately, like, shit happens. It's actually entirely possible. It puts stress on me. I'm like, God, now I have to hang out with you. Now I feel forced. It's obligated. I understand that you are to thank for the return of the lost Grey Warden letters. This deed did not go unnoticed. Please accept the enclosed reward and the Warden's blessings. Your discretion about this affair is appreciated. Thanks. I got rewards, baby. Let's go. And we got new quests. Lovely. I think we can now look at everything in here. Not the mementos, because those are quests, I think. But I believe we can now look at everything. It looks like it's like a full... Well, I guess this is all for me, because these are all separate armor pieces. So I think these are all for your player character. Oh no, hang on. And then there's some restrictions here. So you can see that this ring is only for Fenris. This belt is for Aveline. There's some pretty cool things here. Oh, okay. These items improve with level up, which means you can equip them now or you can equip them later, and they will still be just as useful now as they were back then. Oh, that's cool. So weapons that scale with our level. Which means it doesn't matter when you use them, because they will always be useful. You won't, like, outgrow them. That's nice. An Aveline ring. A Fenris amulet. So there's a mixture of stuff for me and stuff for friends. The Royal Collection. The Refined Gentleman's Sash for Varric. The Adherence Belt for Sebastian. Oops. The Pearl for Isabella. Guys, it looks like we've got one more, at least one more companion. And it's gonna be that Sebastian guy. That Sebastian guy that we only saw for like a second. That's alright. He's just a random dude. He means nothing to me yet. The Light That Pierces. Sebastian. Eye of the Bearded Dragon. Varric. Lady's Choice. Isabella. Immunity to Knockback. These seem very, very nice, actually. A lot of these. Anders with Visionary's Girdle. Grandmother Amel's Wedding Band. Oh, nice for Bethany. Cool. 23% healing. Good name. Merrill, Silas's Favor. The Apostate's Legacy. Merrill. Bethany. Anders. And Mage Restrictions. I could just take these and sell them for $1 million if I don't need to use them myself. And then we've got Special Deliveries. Okay, so we've got some tomes. I don't know what they do, but we'll have a look. The High Lord's Belt. Enemies drop more coin. These ones do not go with your level. Looking at these. Enemies drop better equipment. That is a nice amount of resistance. That is a constitutional belt if I've ever seen one. Enemies drop more coin. Enemies drop better equipment. Bonus to lockpicking and disarming traps. Nice. I'd have to give that one to Varric. I wonder if it stacks the enemies dropping better gear. There's a few that drop better gear. So Isaac's Boots. I do not have enough dexterity for that. Oh, I can wield the Blood Dragon Greaves, which is cool. Get that full Blood Dragon armor. Do you get set bonuses? I wonder. Because you can't really see much in the description. It's got a rune slot. But they seem to be... These ones, I think, are the ones that you would want to equip or use early on in the game, because they don't increase with your level. So you'd be like, oh yes, I'll wear the Blood Dragon armor, and then you're like, you already like have outgrown it. Alright, we've had a look through them. I'm going to leave them for now, but there's definitely some ones in there that I think could be cool to use. Now that I'm actually here, I'm going to actually put some stuff in here. Stuff that I'm probably not even going to use, but it's just the stuff that I don't want to sell. Like, it's like the named gear that's like for specific characters. I'm like, we'll keep that. We'll keep that stuff. And we'll sell the rest. Stuff like this that I haven't really figured out if I want to use yet. Right. Time to leave home. I wonder if there's going to be more than just Sebastian, but I guess we can tuck that one away. There's going to be that guy that we briefly met that was mad outside of the Chantry and then just walked away, and then that was a quest that I think is in the is it in the premium content? Or maybe I've just ignored it. So he might be a DLC companion if it's in the premium content, like Shale or something. But we won't pay it any mind. Like I said, it doesn't mean anything to us at the moment.
Let me pass. I have business with the dwarf Javaris and your Arishok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
You go on ahead. I would rather not.
Oh, okay.
An awkward time to run off, Isabella.
Ah, you know I'd never leave you. It's just that I really have to leave. Now.
Okay. Isabella does not want to hang out with the Qunari for some reason. So, what else should I bring? Fenris, it's safe to come out. Isabella's gone.
All are forbidden. You are the exception. For now.
Okay. Cool. We can check out the Qunari compound. The people of the Qun are perhaps the least understood group in Thedas. The Qunari Wars were brutal, but so was the Chantry Schism. So was the fall of the Imperium. Some of this misunderstanding is an accident of nature. The race we call Qunari are formidable. Nature has given them fierce horns and strange eyes, and the ignorant look on them and see monsters. Some is an accident of language. Few among the Qun's people speak the common tongue, and fewer speak it well. In a culture that strives for mastery, to have only a passable degree of skill is humiliating indeed, and so they often keep quiet among foreigners out of shame. But much of it is a result of the culture itself. The Qunari view the whole society as a single creature, a living entity whose health and well-being is the responsibility of all. Each individual is only a tiny part of the whole, a drop of blood in its veins. Important not for itself, but for what it is to the whole creature. Because of this, the Qunari most outsiders meet belong to the army, which the Qun regards as if it were the physical body, arms, legs, eyes, and ears. The things a creature needs in order to interact with the world. One cannot get to know a person solely by studying his hand or his foot, and so one cannot truly meet the Qunari until one has visited their cities. That is where their mind and soul dwell. In Saharon and Parvolan, one can truly see the Qunari in their entirety. There, the unification of the Qunari into a single being is most evident. Workers, whom the Qun call the mind, produce everything the Qunari require. The soul, the priesthood, seeks a greater understanding of the self, the world, and exhorts the body and mind to continually strive for perfection. The body serves as the go-between for the mind, the soul, and the world. Everyone and everything has a place, decided by the Qun, in which they work for the good of the whole. It is a life of certainty, of equality, if not individuality. That is so very beautifully written, actually. I kind of love that, because we have only gotten such a small exposure to them, and that codex entry really drives that point home, actually. Which is very cool. And then even less so in Dragon Age Origins, where it was just Sten and the Qunari mercenaries, and none of them had horns, and you just have to chalk it up to, obviously, it's like, you know, they've had a art style change and update with the new game, so you can kind of assume that this is kind of how they were always supposed to look. And we'll just pretend that they never didn't have horns.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Era Shock. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
Hello. Oh, dude. Impressive horns, son. Big boy.
Ari Shokost, Maras Shokra, Anan Isamkun.
The Qun from an elf? The madness of this place.
I picked well for my party member. I was just being funny with Isabella leaving. I don't want her to have her paws on you, man.
Friend of yours?
Friend of no one.
Yes, well, that said, I'm here to report that your hated Talvishoth were felled, one and all, right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Make your chatty elf say something.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, sure. This is a big surprise. We picked well. That's great. This worked out in our favor, maybe?
Any insight that would help?
Qunari do not abandon a debt. I humbly request clarification from the Arishok.
I have a growing lack of disgust for you. The dwarf imagined the deal for the Gatlock. He invented a task to prove his worth when he has none.
Then we have wrongly inserted ourselves in your affairs. Would you have us kill this dwarf?
Wait, what now?
If you face Talvishoth, he is not worthy of dying to you, as he was not worthy of dying to them. But you keep good company. Let him live, and leave.
I think that we've just witnessed this scene being so much cooler than it would have been if Fenris wasn't here, that this is the first time in this game where I've gone, I want to reload without him and see what happens now, out of curiosity. This is one of those moments where I need to see what happens if Fenris isn't here.
You may want to take this opportunity to go.
But he has to sell. It's a product. People want it.
There is no profit in empowering those not of the Qun. The means of creating the Gatlock is ours alone. It shall be dispensed only to our enemies, in the traditional manner.
You are a frustrating people. And you're fired. Sodding bunch of oxmen and doglords. A whole lot breathing smoke. Pah.
Yes.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
That was so cool. The Qun. Long ago, the Ashkari lived in a great city by the sea. Wealth and prosperity shone upon the city like sunlight, and still its people grumbled in discontent. The Ashkari walked the streets of his home and saw that all around him were the signs of genius, triumphs of architecture, artistic masterpieces, the palaces of wealthy merchants, libraries, and concert halls. But he also saw signs of misery, the poor, sick, lost, frightened, and the hopeless. And the Ashkari asked himself, how can one people be both wise and ignorant, great and ruined, triumphant and despairing? So the Ashkari left the land of his birth, seeking out other cities and nations, looking for a people who had found wisdom enough to end hopelessness and despair. He wandered for many years through empires filled with palaces and gardens, but in every nation of the wise, the great, and the mighty, he found the forgotten, the abandoned, and the poor. Finally, he came to a vast desert, a wasteland of bare rock clawing at the empty sky, where he took shelter in the shadow of a towering rock and resolved to meditate until he found his answer or perished. Many days passed until one night, as he gazed out from the shadow of the rocks, he saw the lifeless desert awaken. 100,000 locusts hatched from the barren ground, and as one, they turned south, a single wave of moving earth. The Ashkari rose and followed in their wake, a path of devastation miles wide. The once verdant land turned to waste, and the Ashkari's eyes were opened. Existence is a choice. There is no chaos in the world, only complexity. Knowledge of the complex is wisdom. From wisdom of the world comes wisdom of the self. Mastery of the self is mastery of the world. Loss of the self is the source of suffering. Suffering is a choice, and we can refuse it. It is in our own power to create the world or destroy it. And the Ashkari went forth to his people. So beautifully well written and very cool things here. Like, the Elven lore and the Qunari lore are the most fascinating to me and super cool to engage with. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to save a new save, and we're going to reload this encounter. I want to see what happens if Fenris isn't here. Alright, triple mage setup. Let's go. Triple mage.
Let me pass.
Let me pass. Say less. Alright, let's see.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Arashak. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours. Illustrious Arashak, I am here to report that your hated Talvashoth were felled, one and all. Right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Say something.
Interesting.
The Talvashoth camped at the Wounded Coast are dead. You won't honor your bargain?
There is no bargain to honor. His offer for the Gatlock was refused, so he invented a task to prove his worth, when he has none.
I broke my beard getting your outcasts killed.
But he still has his beard. Do you think it hurts?
You hired someone more competent and now stand in their shadow pretending it is yours. You demean his accomplishment. Get out of my sight before I bother lifting my sword.
Cool. I actually really like both of these scenes. There's really good dialogue in both, but Fenris showing up like that was awesome. I'm really enjoying having companions that you can refer to in certain situations that help you out, and it's seeming like there are very specific companions that would give you some cool outcomes like this. Like, if we didn't have Varric for the sun, would there be another companion that would sweet talk their way out of there, or is that Varric exclusive? How many of those dialogue options that depend on who you've got in your party have we missed? You know, stuff like that, which is really cool to think about. I kind of like that our party choices can affect scenes like this.
Nevertheless, you have benefited from his action.
Do you think we are unable to hunt our own outcasts? This was interference, nothing more.
So I get nothing for all this work?
If anything, we have been denied the righteous application of the wisdom of the Qun. What payment should I exact for that? Go, dwarf, before I begin my tally.
So cool. I'm just going to say something else here because this is us exploring a different outcome.
I did his dirty work. That debt stands.
Does it, dwarf?
You said yourself there was no bargain. I'm not getting a sodding thing out of this.
This human did what you could not, something I did not expect of any outsider, and you have involved me. If you made a bargain for the Talvashoth, that debt for their lives will be honored.
It's not at all. Take your coin, take whatever. Hornhead oxmen and mongrel donglords suck your own powder and blow your head off, sod it.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
God damn. He even does a different curse when he walks away. That was great. All right, very much worth it. So Anders and Bethany said nothing, but Merrill being like, he still has his beard. Do you think it hurts? Is very good. I love that. Cool. All right. Well, I wanted to just see an alternate scene, as that Fenris one took me by surprise. Very glad that we did that one. But both scenes were very cool. And with that one, we will be bringing this episode of Dragon Age 2 to a close. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Next time, there's more to do in Kirkwall. We are very much at home here, which is kind of good, because instead of the game being like, hey, welcome to this place, do off-screen work for a year and then leave, I feel, our characters have like an attachment to this place. People are like grounded here, and we go and talk to people at their house, and we do quests for them, all of that kind of stuff, which is quite cool. But we'll check out our journal next time, complete some more quests, do some more things, find out the age of that dragon next time. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you then.